Okay, so I'm going to go over a couple of things from Unit 2. So first thing we got to do is open up Microsoft Word. We're going to go down, find all apps, scroll till we find Word. Remember, you guys have a little bit different version than I do. You have Word 2016. I do not. So I'm going to go to Open, Browse. I'm going to find the file I want to open. So I'm going to open up the menu project, the example that I did, and basically just see what I did and what I created for you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is the views. So if we click over to the View tab, and you'll notice we're in the Print Layout view. That's what's highlighted right there. And this just shows you margins. It shows you everything that is on the page that it would look like if we were to print it. This is the most common view you're going to use. You probably won't ever get out of it. Now if I click over to Web Layout view, it shows me what it would look like if I put this on the internet and I used it as a web page. So it kind of takes out the margins, it kind of increases the page to the whole screen, and just kind of shows you the text. And if we had pictures and stuff up here, it would show you that as well. The third view is the read mode, and it kind of looks like a book. So it shows you basically just the words that you have on the screen, bigger so that it's easier to read, and just lets you see just what you have as if it were a book. So if I want to close out of this, all I have to do is hit Escape, and it takes me right back to Print Layout. The other two modes that you can view in are Outline View, which basically gives you a bunch of bullet points. Now if we had a bulleted list or something, it would look a little bit different, but since we have everything on its own line, it doesn't really change much. We can click Close Outline View, click back over to the View tab. We can hit Draft View. So it looks a little bit like the web page view, but you can see this is kind of the page. It just kind of shows you everything that you want to see for the page. Alright, so I'm going to close out of this and go back to Print Layout because that's the view, like I said, we're going to most commonly use. I'm going to click back over to the File tab. Home tab. So the other things we talked about in Unit 2 were cut, copy, and paste. So I'm sure most of you know how to copy and paste. The only other one is cut. And what all of this deals with your clipboard. So if you look up here in the clipboard group, you have cut, copy, paste. It's something we'll talk about in Unit 3, Format Painter. So let's say, for example, I had boneless wings right here. And instead of it being an appetizer, I want it to be a plate. So what I can do is I can cut this, and it disappears from the screen, and I can go down to plates, and I can paste it. Now what you'll notice is if I just hit paste, it'll show up, or if I click this little drop down, it'll give me some different options. Now a lot of times you're just going to paste it normal, but you could merge formatting. If you were getting it from another page or somewhere else, it will basically take the formatting that it had there, or we can keep text only, which basically would just give us the text, or it would put a picture in there. That wouldn't really work for the words. So we're just going to hit keep source formatting because it was just from this page. Copy. So let's say I had the title, I wanted it at the bottom as well. We're going to copy it so it keeps it in its original location, and then we can come down here and we can hit paste, and it just puts another copy of the same thing we took from the top. Now all of this is on your clipboard. So if I hit the little dialog box launcher, it shows me what's on my clipboard. These are things that we've cut or copied, and you can go back and paste them as you please. So once you cut or copy something, it goes into your clipboard. The next thing we talked about in Unit 2 was to find and replace. So if I need to find something, let's see if I have wings on the menu. We search it, and it shows us exactly where it is. Obviously, with a 2-page document, it's not that important, but if we had a 40-page document, it might be a little more important. Replace. So if we wanted, instead of boneless wings, we wanted to say buffalo wings, we put boneless in here. So we're finding the word boneless and we're replacing with the word buffalo. So you hit find next, it finds it, and then we hit replace. It says we're finished searching the document, meaning there's no more incidents where it says boneless. Alright, so we're done. We can close it. Let's say we want to change something up when we replaced it. All you would do is, like, if we wanted to change the word cuisine to food, we could do that. But let's say instead of normal, we wanted to change the font and we wanted to make it all caps. Maybe make it bold as well. Alright, we'll hit OK. Find next, replace, and it does it exactly like we tell it to. The last thing we talked about in Unit 2 was print. Remember I said you guys probably wouldn't print very much, but to do that we're going to hit File and go to the Backstage View, Print, and then we have a couple of different options. If we wanted to do a custom print and just print page 1, we could do that. Or if we wanted to print everything, we'd print all pages. This will change your page layout. This will change the way it's put up on the screen. We'll talk about that later. But overall, that's how you would print.